Namaskar. India Meteorological Department welcomes you in weekly weather discussion in which we will see observed weather during past 1 week and weather forecast for coming 2 weeks. Highlights of the weekly weather discussion are that the overall rainfall activity is likely to be below normal over most parts of the country except over Tamil Nadu, Kerala, Lakshadweep and Andaman and Nicobar Islands, where it is likely to be above normal during week 1. In the week 2, overall rainfall activity is likely to be normal to above normal over east and northeast India and over Tamil Nadu, Kerala, Lakshadweep and Andaman and Nicobar Island. And it is likely to be normal over rest parts of the country, but over Western Himalayan region, it is likely to be below normal. As far as minimum temperatures are concerned, the minimum temperatures would fall slightly by 2 to 3 degrees centigrade from 19th February onwards over Gujarat, over Madhya Pradesh, over plains of northwest India and over East India, and they would again rise from the beginning of the week 2 and would come close to being normal. As far as last week's synoptic systems are concerned, so there was a WD roughly along 52 degree of longitude which moved eastwards, and it under its influence an induced cyclonic circulation also formed over southwest Rajasthan during 13th to 14th of February, and due to this western disturbance, isolated to scattered rainfall and snowfall occurred over a western Himalayan region, that is over Jammu Kashmir, Ladakh, Gilgit Baltistan, Muzaffarabad, Himachal Pradesh, and over Uttarakhand, and isolated to scattered light rainfall along with light thunderstorm activity also occurred over Punjab, Haryana, extreme North Rajasthan, and parts of Uttar Pradesh. Another trough there existed during 11th to 12th of February, roughly along 87 degree of longitude. Under the influence of this trough, which was a remnant of an intense western disturbance in the previous week, scattered to fairly widespread rainfall occurred over Arunachal Pradesh and Sikkim, and isolated to scattered rainfall occurred over Assam, Meghalaya, Nagaland, Manipur, Mizoram, and Tripura, and over parts of East India. Also, a trough in easterlies lay over Andaman Sea, which subsequently converted into a cyclonic circulation in lower and middle tropospheric levels. Under its influence, up to 5 centimeter rainfall is occurring over Andaman and Nicobar Islands during past 2 to 3 days. Here is the observed rainfall map. Here we can see these red dots over Tamil Nadu and coastal Tamil Nadu, and yellow dot over Kerala are indicating that heavy rainfall occurred over Tamil Nadu during 3 days of the week, and on one day of the week, heavy rainfall occurred over Kerala. And this heavy rainfall over Tamil Nadu, with isolated to scattered rainfall distribution, light to moderate rainfall over Tamil Nadu, occurred under the influence of strong northeasterly winds hitting over the Tamil Nadu coast. And here we can also see light rainfall activity over this entire region as shown by blue and green dots. And as far as cold wave and cold day conditions are concerned, so cold wave and cold day conditions from the previous week continued during the beginning of the week, that is 10 to 11 to 12th of February, and thereafter these cold wave and cold day conditions, which were mainly over Tarai region of cold day conditions were mainly over Tarai region of Uttar Pradesh, and these dissipated afterwards towards the middle of the week. And as far as highest maximum temperatures and lowest minimum temperatures are concerned, so they have been observed over 37.4 degrees centigrade over Mangalore, and 4 degrees centigrade over Sikar on 11th and 12th of February. Uh, these two maps, India maps, are showing rainfall distribution during the week 10th to 16th of February, and this map is showing the seasonal rainfall distribution over the entire country from 1st January to 16th of February. So during the week, as we can see that the most parts of the country are showing either no rain or deficient and large deficient rains, which are depicted by red and yellow colors. And this green color over Gangetic West Bengal and Jharkhand indicates normal rainfall. And this deep blue color over Lakshadweep and Andaman and Nicobar Island and over Tamil Nadu and Kerala is showing large excess rainfall. So week as a whole, there was a departure of -93 and -74% over northwest and central India due to absence of any intense western disturbance, which accumulated into -71% of below normal rainfall departure for country as a whole. And if you look into seasonal rainfall scenario, then as we can see, the most parts of the country is showing large excess rainfall. So this is due to the easterly activity over the from easterly encroachment from the Bay of Bengal, and due to successive intense western disturbances affecting North India during the month of January. So here we can see that the rainfall departure during 1st January to 16th February for country as a whole is plus 72%, which was mainly contributed by the departure over central India and northwest India of 103 and 61%. Now, if you come over to weather forecast for next 2 weeks, then if you look into low pressure area formation, so there is no probability of any cyclogenesis over the basin of Bay of Bengal and the basin of Arabian Sea during next 2 weeks. Although due to the Julian oscillation being in phase 3, there is probability of continuation of convective activity over the Andaman Sea and adjoining areas during week 1. This is the synoptic situation for today. There is a western disturbance as a trough roughly along 55-degree longitude, and there is another western disturbance as a trough roughly along 58-degree of longitude, and there is a circulation in lower and middle tropospheric levels over equatorial Indian Ocean and adjoining parts of southeast Bay of Bengal and South Andaman Sea. So under the influence of these systems, there is likelihood of isolated heavy rainfall over Andaman and Nicobar Islands, and on 17th as well as on 18th. And towards the end of this 5-day forecast period, there is a probability of enhancement of rainfall activity over Arunachal Pradesh and Assam and Meghalaya to scatter to fairly widespread rainfall activity, along with the light to moderate thunderstorm activity, when isolated heavy rainfall is also probable over Arunachal Pradesh on 20th of February. Now, if we come over to the rainfall forecast for week 1, as we have seen 5-day forecast and warning over the country for next 5 days till 21st of February. From 22nd of February, there is likelihood of approach of a fresh western disturbance, although it would be feeble again, and it is unlikely to affect plains of northwest India, but it would cause isolated to scattered rainfall and snowfall over western Himalayan region during 22nd to 24th of February. So overall, during the week 1, the rainfall activity would be below normal over most parts of the country except over Tamil Nadu, Kerala, Andaman and Nicobar Islands, and Lakshadweep, where it is likely to remain above normal. If you look into rainfall for week 2, then this rainfall activity over week 2 over east and northeast India is and also Tamil Nadu and Kerala and Lakshadweep and Andaman and Nicobar Island is likely to remain above normal. during the week 2, and it is likely to remain normal over rest parts of the country. But over Western Himalayan region, since there is no likelihood of approach of any intense western disturbance, the rainfall activity over Western Himalayan region would remain below normal. Now, if we come over to minimum temperature forecast, then as currently there is a variable wind structure in lower tropospheric levels over the plains of North India and East India. A mix of easterly and westerly lower level winds are prevailing over the region, and there is a likelihood of setting in of strong northwesterlies from 19th of February, and under the influence of which strong surface winds of the order of 20 to 30 kmph are likely over Punjab, Haryana, and West UP from 20th and 21st of February. So temperatures would see a slight minimum temperatures would see slight fall by 2 to 3 degrees centigrade over Gujarat, over Madhya Pradesh, Punjab, Haryana, Rajasthan, UP, and over East India as well. But these temperatures would again rise from the beginning of the week 2, that is from 24th of February, and would come close to being normal over the entire country. So that's all for today in the weekly weather discussion. Tomorrow we will again, next week we will again meet with a weekly weather discussion for the following week. Thank you and goodbye.